I'll just do it.
We're back.
It's going faster. Here we go.
Mine says we're streaming live. Are we live, Amber?
Yeah. Here we go. John. Woo, woo. Yeah. What up, boy?
What up, bother?
Commercials.
Oh, we got commercials.
Commercial.
Commercial time.
If you subscribed, that would work. There's a network error.
Just so he gets his $1.50.
$1.50. It took like 9 months to get $104 cashed out, and it went. I put it on a random credit card. I didn't even put it in my bank account. I put it on Chime of all things.
There you go. Hey, invested in Bitcoin. Let's fucking just invest all the money we make off of this into Bitcoin.
The $104 in Bitcoin. You know how much Bitcoin that is?
That's like 0.0000002.
Yeah, I know. I use Cash App, and it's like, do you want to pay this person in stocks, Bitcoin, or cash? I'm like, it's just for pizza.
Bitcoin,
motherfucker. He's like, I don't have a Bit wallet. I'm like, well, that's what you get.
That's what you get,
Learn
buddy.
to invest. It's forced investment. You're welcome.
But guess what? Yeah, guess what? You're gonna make money off of this.
Yes. Trust me, I'm like your dad. You're gonna thank me someday.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want to hate you. All right, whatever.
Good times.
Hey, so what were we talking about? Oh, let's talk about.
We were talking about your racist doll.
Oh yeah, we were talking about my racist doll. I was saying some things, and then on my website, I had put myself rapping. Well, not rapping, but reciting Too Short as poems.
Too short. Yeah. Wouldn't you agree?
And then that word that you don't say was part of my poem. And I remember it? No, of course not. I remember when I did it a year ago. I didn't say it, but then I was nervous about the fact that I said I gave it 2 syllables, right? I was like, I'm a player, bitch. I thought you knew, like every other in my crew.
There you go.
I bust hoes. Now it's your turn. Tell me, young tender, when will you learn? Now there's my poem called Love. And
my name's Too Short. Don't you agree?
That's right. And then I was like, poem by Too Short, because life is
too short.
There we go. It was I was using this new editing software that I got called Descript, and you can we can take the video and audio and upload it. It'll put all of the audio into a Word document, and the video in the background. If you want to edit the video, all you do is edit the words.
Oh.
So if you cut out speech, it cuts the video also. So you just read along, and the stuff you don't want in there, like uhs and ums, it'll take that out automatically.
No shit.
And it cuts the video according to the audio. It's fucking incredible.
Dude, that's amazing.
It automatically tightens it up because Hannah, my financial advisor, let me know that I should take Atomic Dork Squad. I should cut it into 8 30-minute episodes. And she's like, you guys do 2 hours at least, so that's easy. You already have 8. And then you need to release it on the Atomic Dork Squad YouTube, all 8 at once, 30 minutes, and then do an event, and then launch it, and then you will actually attract viewers because people can watch 30 minutes. They will commit to 30 minutes, and then there's continuity, and they're going to move from one to the next. And when you do that, your algorithm gets better. So if you want to know how to drive traffic, Dad, that's how you do it. You have a year's worth of material. You have 380 episodes of whatever you do.
Yeah.
And then at least Atomic Dork Squad every week-ish, on top of that. But she's like, that's your most consistent. So if I were you, I would do that. And I said, well, I got the software. Look, we can take out whatever we want and then tighten that show up. And then we can take it and we can put it on. We can actually get it out there to be on podcasts as just audio. And we could just go through busting the balls and trivia and the stuff that we do that's not just bullshitting, and then tighten that up and have the podcast going on its own channel, and then we can have the YouTube channel actually formatted to drive traffic. And she's like, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Wow.
I said, where the fuck have you been all year?
Yeah, Hannah, Hannah, call me when I'm ready for my acting career to take off. Call
Right.
me. I'm gonna get you in there.
All it took was all you can eat soup and salad at the Olive Garden, and
I got Buffalo Wild Wings for you, babe. Come on.
she just spills the beans. She's like, yeah, well, if I were you, I would do this. And she goes, when you're thinking about fair use, you can actually use, and she starts explaining all the legalities behind it and the strategy that should be utilized in order to get your algorithm up. And I'm like,
taking notes. You're taking notes.
Yeah. And I said, I hired her. I'm like, look,
remember that $104?
Your brother and sister go fuck themselves. They never have to come over again.
Yeah, you are the queen. You get the master bedroom.
Yeah, whatever you want, whatever she wants. That was last weekend. This weekend, she's like, Dad, do you want me to actually work for you? Do you want me to help you with this? I'm like,
this
yes.
is an amazing idea because I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's a good point because there's many a times where I've logged onto a podcast or on YouTube. I've logged onto something that looked interesting, but it was like an hour and a half long, and I'm like, I don't have that kind of time.
Right.
But 30 minutes, I'm like, oh, that's a drive to wherever I'm going.
Right.
I'll listen to that.
Right. And then it's not only is it manageable, but like she said, the chances are that you're going to run into the next one. She goes, and if you have that continuity and people are going, here's chapter 1, here's chapter 2, here's or episode 3, episode 4, and they're going to just follow it linearly. And she's like 4 hours of content is plenty in order to drive traffic, because as soon as you get people doing that, they do the 4 hours of content over 8 chapters. The algorithm changes and they start suggesting you boop, boop, boop. And that's where you get audience. She's like, well, how do you think that you're going to get new audience? She's like, you have a finite amount of people who give a crap about what you do. And I said, I know. Matt Dixon kept telling me that. He's like, when are you going to stop selling Amway to your friends? And do something that's going to have a bigger impact. I'm like, that's it.
So it's funny. I watch Facebook every now and then. I watch these little meme videos that are like, 2 seconds long. I'll go down this list, and I shit you not, every time. Well, not every time, but most of the times at the end, you're there with the clip.
Really?
One of the clips from Atomic Door Swap, SHS. Just something is there from you in my videos in Facebook as I'm going down. I'm like, holy shit, they're suggesting Jeff right now. So I watch it, and I sit and watch it. I'm like, oh, it's like a 2-minute clip. I watch it. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, that's good shit.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
What? I've never seen this.
Yeah, for real. I shit you not.
I don't even make it. So they're doing a clip. They're suggesting it.
They're suggesting clip. Like I'm going to, like it suggests these videos that I watch, and they're funny videos usually. So I'll start watching, and then I'll go down to the next one, and there you are. It's you.
I had no idea. I thought I had to pay for that.
It's you with SHS, or you with us, or you with somebody. I'm like, oh fuck, there we are.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you and John, it's mostly you and John.
Yeah, John and I do 2 to 3 hours twice a week, so we have the most volume.
It's you and John mostly that it suggests to me. But it's like, oh fuck, there's Jeff. And I thought that was pretty clever. That I was like, oh fuck, they're suggesting Jeff all the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, he must be in your circle, or it's probably doing it based on content.
Just based on content. Yeah.
Like, here's some goofy shit. You might like it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like whatever. I watched something today on Russia and Ukraine, and I'm watching that. I'm going down as political, and there you are. SHS.
Really?
I'm like, oh shit. Okay.
Well, because that's what we
do. Politics. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like all news, traffic, and weather, and then State of the Union. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And then we'll go into something else.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Interesting, dude. Huh?
Wow, that actually made me feel weird. I'm being suggested. You mean I'm on the radar? This is why I get so many copyright violations. I get so many copyright. I can't fuck with music. I can't do any of that.
You're on the radar.
I get nailed. I'm on the radar. Man. Well, so you know how we'll get to the things we got to get to. I promise like an hour worth of Star Wars, and like it's been not that yet. But
no, this is all about life. We're on the live show.
So what Matt Dixon had told me, Matt has spent his life not having a 9-to-5 job, right? So he pays his bills he's a musician, and the way that he markets his musicianship and the things that he believes in, he's able to help empower other people, and he has a mailing list of X thousands of people. I don't know how much, but he has people who are interested in the music that he produces, and they're interested in his philosophy on life, and they've been following him for years. So he can make a suggestion. If you like this, then I suggest this, and it's monetized. So they might spend $20 on something, and he gets a part of that. And it all jives with his thing. Like, this is what he does. He's been a musician since he was a teenager. He's a very like Zen dude. Like, he's very, doesn't believe in labels, and he doesn't believe in, like, he's a chill ass spiritual dude, and he's turned that into it's a career, right? So here's the weird part. I've worked for two companies that in 23 years, I worked for two companies that are huge and really, really good at digital marketing. Okay. When I started working for Geico, it was they called it Geico.com, like right after 2000. I started in 99. We would literally answer the phone, "Hey, thank you for calling Geico.com," because we were pushing the website because it was brand new in like 2000. We were still using green CRT screens. Green screens. We had to get updated so we can see the website ourselves, right? So there's a company who took the interwebs and how to do self-service, and like it's what has made them I think they're number one. If they're not, they're number two.
Geico,
largest auto insurer. Yeah.
Well, it's you and Progressive.
They were number 6.
Because you got Flo was number 6.
No. I'm sorry. When I started at Geico in 99, they were the 6th largest insurance company. You can't beat State Farm and Farmers.
Yeah,
it was State Farm.
Not even Farmers. It's a Progressive right now.
It was. That's what I'm telling you. It was State Farm, Farmers, Allstate, and then it was like Progressive beat them around 2001, and then it was like some I don't know, whatever. They came up the ranks.
Yeah, Flo's money, dude. Flo's money. She's funny.
When I left 7 years ago, they were the 3rd largest, and I remember when we got to 3 million policyholders, and then we got to 6. And when I left, we were at like 9.5, or we're at 10 million policyholders.
They love that Gecko.
10 million policies, right? The Martin Agency came up with the Gecko around 2000, 2001, and then that just their marketing is genius. They're really genius.
So, and somebody's in a room going, Gecko.
Gecko.
How about it? Let's do it. Yeah.
Right.
And tree, single tree. No, double tree. Sold.
Right. Kelsey Grammer did the voice of the Gecko for like the first few commercials. Yeah. Dr. Fraser Crane. And then they switched it to the Cockney accent, which people think is Australian. But it's actually
Cockney. I knew it's Cockney. I know it's Cockney.
Well, I know you know voices, right?
Yeah.
And it's amazing. The company spends $1 billion a year on advertising. Okay. Now, how is it that they can have such a competitive rate on insurance? None of that money comes from your insurance premiums. Zero. The company has a $60 billion float. So the float is the amount of money that you're sitting on in order to pay out. If all of your policyholders filed claims that had to be paid out at the maximum amount on that contract, you have to have that times like 1.5 times that in reserves in order to be an insurance company. And then they're backed up 5 different ways. Like, there's 5 different ways that they're backed up. But that's crazy. So you think that company is so big, Geico is so big, that they're sitting on $60 billion. That's the nest egg that in case the zombie apocalypse happened and everybody filed.
So every single person files.
Yeah.
Like files a claim.
Yep.
They're saying it's going to cost $60 billion
to pay it. Yeah. Insurance companies have to have that. You can't go based on like, we promise we'll have the money, or what are the chances?
That's a lot of fucking money.
Insurance companies can't do business unless they and check this out.
But it makes sense.
Insurance companies, first they have to have a 1-to-1 reserve ratio. So for every dollar of insurance that's out there, they have to have $1 in reserves to pay it. That's first and foremost. Secondly, they have excess capital, which means they have money that's being invested in other industries that is making revenue. Geico was making a 26% annual return every fucking year based on their smart investments.
Yeah.
That's why Warren Buffett bought them out in like 1993. They were a publicly traded company, and then Warren Buffett
bought them?
Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway has owned Geico since
No
1983.
shit. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're a wholly owned subsidiary of Berkshire Hathaway. I met Warren a handful of times. He's a cool guy.
You've met him?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, no shit.
Picture with him, and and then you're there a long time when a dude who owns so many fucking companies that he loves Geico because Geico was the first company that he invested cash in. He put $10,000 into Geico. That was his first big investment. He saved $10,000 because that fucker was doing like newspaper delivery. Yeah. He did everything he could and to make his cash. And his first big investment when he was an adult was Geico, and Geico was a publicly traded company. He went to the Geico offices in Bethesda, Maryland, literally knocked on the door on a Saturday afternoon. The fucking president of the company comes out and he's like, "Hey," he goes, "Hi, I'm Warren. I'm from Omaha. Can I talk to you about your company?" And he's like, "Yeah, come on in." And they came in and he just had a billion questions. He wanted to understand how everything worked. And then he took $10,000 that I want to invest $10,000 into this company. This was like in 1950s, 1952 or something like that.
$10,000 in 1952.
A lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money. So Geico was his first big investment that he ever did, and that he did it because he believed in the model that the company used. And I can go on about Geico forever, but the amazing thing about that company is what they did was they came up with an underwriting model based on occupation that was revolutionized the industry. So here's why. When they started the company in 1936, they just serviced government and military employees only. That's it. They did everything by mail. They marketed by mail. You paid your bill by mail, and you got your claims paid by mail. Everything was by mail. Mm-hmm. My grandmother had Geico in like the 1940s because she was working for the government. So if you were a government employee, or you were a federal government employee, or you were in the military, you could have it. And the reason was because they knew that it was what was his name? Bill and Lillian Goodwin. The Goodwins who started the company. They knew that based on your rank in the military, they knew how responsible you would be. It's just a matter of motherfucking fact. If you're an E5, they know what you had to do to get there. So they know they put risk based on that. If you were an E9, you were a master chief,
sergeant
major. Then they knew that you had to do so much work and you had to be so responsible in order to get there. If you were a married master chief, your rates were really fucking low because you had your wife keeping an eye on you, and you had the entire fucking military keeping an eye on you because you kept an eye on everybody else. So based on occupation alone, they were able to give the cheapest rates possible because it had proven itself out. So it was basically marital status and occupation, and that was the first time that they had done that. They didn't have enough data to apply that to the public yet, but I believe it was like in 1936, like 1962, they had amassed enough statistics on military and government employees on their grade levels and how they performed that they were able to then have a underwriting model that they can apply to occupations across the board, anybody. So your occupation matters for everything with this company. So they have group 1, group 2, 3, 4, and 5. A group 1 are people like teachers.
Oh,
right. Teachers are a group 1. Scientists are actually group 2. But doctors are a group 1. Doctors, teachers, anybody who has a responsibility that has to do with serving the public, they're a group 1. You're gonna get the lowest possible premium you can just based on your occupation. That's your starting point. Your group 2 is like scientists, it's like researchers, it's people who are working in industries that require a lot of attention to detail, but not a lot of attention to people. That's a group 2. That's not going to be quite as good as a group 1. Then you have your group 3s. Those are people who are like mid-level managers, people who manage people, but maybe you're a supervisor level, you're not upper management. You have a group of people. You're responsible for 10 or 15 people. If you're married, better. And you manage people, then you're group 3. Now you got group 4s. They come down into people who are like long haul truckers, people who have responsibilities that they have to be responsible in order to keep their job. For sure. And long haul truckers, they're good. They're a low risk because they're not on the road very often, except for in their trucks, which has nothing to do with your personal insurance. But they're not construction workers and whatnot. So then you go to your group 5. Your group 5 folks, those are like your construction workers. Those are your salt of the earth guys, who are going to get drunk at work and after work and then beat each other up. Taxi drivers, even, those are your group 5s. People who are in more volatile jobs that they do serve a purpose, but the level of responsibility for outside of yourself really isn't much. You're not accountable to much. So we could tell whenever we were talking to people, you could talk to them and you can tell in about 3 words out of their mouth how they would deliver something. You're like, group 4, we would call it. Sure enough. And we know the rates would be high, like group 5. Oh, yep, this guy. Yeah, so anyways, my old lady, that bitch took my fucking group 5 reject. He's got a DUI, I bet. 2 DUIs in 10 years. Group reject. Watch. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a great story, sir. So give me just a second. Yeah. So, we're not going to be able to offer you a policy. Yeah, rejected him. I fucking knew it. Because the computer would, make the decision for you. Computers already.
That's freaking funny.
A lot of people don't know like why that's important. So the other insurance companies, obviously, they picked up on that model and they use it also. So your occupation matters. Obviously, your safety record matters. Your education matters too. The more educated you are. Do you know that you could be a construction worker with a PhD and you're going to get a better rate?
Because you have the PhD.
You got the PhD, which shows that you can commit to something and get it done. And that is attention to detail, which means you should be more attentive on the road.
Interesting.
That's the insurance. We're done for the day on insurance.
Jesus Christ, bro. 2 things.
Yeah.
I pray to God Geico sponsors us.
Right.
And how many people are still watching?
Yeah. They're like, fuck this guy.
Fucking Geico commercial for 35 minutes, bro. But I learned a fucking shitload about Geico. I'll tell you that.
Just insurance in general. Insurance is fascinating.
Insurance, yeah, it really is.
People think insurance is about like, oh, I had an accident, I'm going to get rich. It's not what it's for, guys. It's not to get you rich. It's to put you in the same spot.
And here's a word from Geico.
It's to heal your wounds, man. Heal your wounds.
Here's a word from Geico, our sponsor.
Check out their rates. If you're young with a ticket, leave them alone. If you're over the age of 30, you're married, check them out. They'll probably beat anybody.
We did 45 minutes on Geico, and here's a word from our sponsor, Progressive.
Progressive. I have Progressive. I had to cancel Geico because of my ex.
Fucking amazing.
My fucking ex.
You have Progressive.
Yeah. My ex started driving Uber and Lyft, and without Geico didn't have an endorsement to cover it.
No shit.
And she wouldn't stop posting all over social media that she was doing it. I'm like, motherfucker, I have to cancel the insurance, because they're going to cancel me because they know.
I have to cancel my own fucking job.
I have to get ahead of it, man. I didn't work there anymore at the time that I canceled it, but still, I was like, man, I had 0304556608. That was my policy number.
No shit. That's my policy number.
5566. You fucker.
It's my policy number now. Hold on.
What? As fuck. I'm almost 50 and I'm divorced, and my insurance is so expensive compared. I used to pay like full coverage, 2 cars, 100, 300, like high liability, umbrella policy. I would pay like $480 every 6 months. I paid twice that now.
400 every 6 months?
Yeah, for 2 people.
That's what I pay as a single dad with no drivers.
Well, that's why we're divorced. We're group 3s. You're gonna pay $800 for your fucking car minimum. Minimum.
Easy.
Mm-hmm. My car was an 08.
God damn.
My car is the one that Lisa used to drive fucking delivering.
Mine's a fucking CRV mom mobile.
Yeah, those are safe. I mean, you got a good safety record on those cars, but that means your comprehensive and collision won't cost too much. Cost of repairs on the vehicle. It's a cheap vehicle.
Yeah, it's cheap.
It's not cheap. It's
cheap.
They're in abundance.
Yeah,
Cars that are in abundance and they're easy to repair or cheap to repair. Doesn't mean the vehicle's cheap though.
Yes.
That's true. Let's do some
Fuck.
Star Wars.
Let's do some Star Wars.
Let's do some nerd shit.
Let's do some nerd shit. I got a pickaninny.
Did we talk about the pickaninny yet? We kind of went on a tangent on that
sorry.
pickaninny.
I'm sorry.
We were talking about LDS, Latter-day Saints.
This is what happens when I don't see you for 2 weeks. It's just
No
I spaz
shit.
out. Jesus.
No shit.
All right. So,
All right, so look at the pickaninny.
This was at the LDS store. This was at the thrift store.
What the hell's a pickaninny anyway?
So it's what they called caricatures of African American folk back in the turn of the century. Okay.
And there's the old Navy guys.
That's a racist term?
It's not now. It might be considered that. No one uses that term anymore, but it was like a term of affection, basically, used for like Black people, especially like Louisiana, and like this one is supposed to be representative of Louisiana. So there's a lot of this like statuary and lawn jockeys and that stuff that's still kind of out there. It's definitely not. It's not PC for these days for someone to have it. Or I don't think this is lacking PC. It depends. I guess it depends on who you are and what you have it for. If you're a doll collector, it makes absolute sense. I mean, if you're gonna collect dolls, collect all dolls. But the place makes me laugh because you know that a bunch of old Mormon women have died, and men, and I'm picking up their shit for like real cheap on the cheap, and it just is reflective of the time period that they lived. Because when they're scooping up grandma's shit, they're like, we got to get rid of grandma's dolls. They're like, oh, let's pick some out. And they're like, how about this one? They're like, no, we got to give that one away. The elder Joe said we have to donate stuff so they can sell it and keep the handicapped kids employed. So there's me, and I walking by. I said, oh, y'all thought the Black people were the devil until 1986. I remember they weren't allowed in the church.
Oh my God.
So this is it's not old.
No.
They do have some old stuff like that. That is definitely like blackface with the white lips, like Al Jolson, jazz singer, eating watermelon. Like those things, like legit, that also exists. For some reason, it in art, people like to have it. The lawn jockey is one. It's the the little servant on the front lawn wearing it looks like a jockey outfit and he's black. The pickaninny kind of goes with the definitely the southern trope about watermelon and big lips and all that garbage. And that was definitely something that came out of like racist. I don't even know what you.
And they made dolls based on this.
Yeah, and they become collectors because it was like there was,
Well, obviously become collectors. It's you can't find that shit.
Think about it, people after post slavery, right? Jim Crow.
Yeah.
There was still this separation of classes.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like cute, but even when assimilation happened and civil rights happened, you still have this generation of people who were born, back when using those terms and thinking about them like that was acceptable. My grandmother was born in 1917.
Yeah.
And she used the N-word like not a derogatory term, not in a derogatory way. And it would shock me.
Heard it.
I'd be like, Grandma, what are you doing? And she said, what? Well, I told you the big upstairs, he and his girl got in a fight. He kicked the door down and he was a big buck. No. We don't say that. We don't say buck. That means like male. I said, no, I understand. You sounds like you're calling this person an animal, and and this was like 1995. I'm telling her this, like, I don't think you want to say that. She, well, it's just
I heard it, dude. Back in the early 90s, same thing.
She's like, how else are you going to explain it when the police ask? Okay, well now I see where this is going to be a problem someday. They know where to find them when you. Oh, okay, Grandma, we're going to have to contend with this shit next century. Thanks.
True that.
But so the wild thing about this, I picked it up for $1, and this was made in.
I can't get down there to look, sweetie, but you can do
Oh
that.
gosh, either my vision sucks or my light is lower. Both. This one is actually it's a cute doll, but I did get it because it would be something to talk about. And if I'm gonna have a Darth Vader head, I should also have a pickaninny. let's see. Okay. So this doll was manufactured in 1989. So
1989.
89. Grandmas were still collecting stuff like this. And it's MYD Marion U Designs. And it says heirloom dolls are crafted from the very finest bisque porcelain available. So it's a porcelain doll. Finished by hand for a velvet smooth feel, hand painted in natural colors, and with the intensity of lifelike found.
So
yeah, crazy.
that doll is supposed to be African American.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah.
That doll's white as snow, bro.
Well, brown eyes, black hair, curly. Yeah. Well, it's not white as snow. But yeah, I don't know what to compare it to here. How about this pack of smokes? The complexion is like mocha, light mocha.
Okay.
But then on the back, it's got this little. You could tell like it's this run of dolls that they made back then, and it's got it's basically got what you would call like mammy with a trumpet, like a trumpet, and that would be very like Creole. Like, oh, there you go. That makes sense.
Southern, yeah, Southern Creole.
This would be like a Creole, which they were often mixed French and Cajun, the Creole, so they would have had lighter skin than African, like direct African. But yeah, there you go. It's a collector's piece. I wanted to pick it up because I thought it'd be awkward to have this conversation, which would be great. But just to have it, but also like the history of all this stuff is disappearing. It's going away. And I'm not saying that you should embrace it. I don't think you should embrace it. I don't think that we should celebrate it either. I think it's something that you should learn from. It's something you should understand that has been a part of culture. It's just like we should be culturally sensitive to anybody who is trying to assimilate or coming into, we come into contact with them, we work with them. People, different cultures act differently. Different cultures are sensitive to different things, and we teach multiculturalism all the time.
100%.
But to me, it's things like this. To me, this is not a celebration of me going like, yay, no. I own this, black ball or whatever. It's more like, holy crap, this is as old as we were when we started high school. So this is like 35 years old.
Yeah.
And they were still manufacturing it and
still making it. Yeah.
It's in really good shape too. I mean, I was kind of impressed. But I was kind of thinking like during this time when everyone's so very, very sensitive about everything. I don't know. Do I want the history of everything going in the trash? I don't think I want it in everybody's face all the time. I can understand where you'd want to, like, let's not have the whole damn city full of, anti-black, slave owners on statues and horses. Maybe there's a place for that. I don't know where it is.
100%.
There's a place for your history somewhere, but it's what do they say? If you're those who are not, what is it, educated about your history, if you don't know your history,
to repeat it.
Yeah, you're bound to repeat it. So
yep.
Oh,
yeah, your wallet and everything.
Oh, yep. Amber's leaving.
Bye, Amber.
Amber says bye. Bye.
All right, we're gonna do some Star Wars and then
I love you, baby. Oh, my daughter's leaving too. Let me say goodbye. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead, buddy.
You can't find your stuff?
No, she can't find the deodorant. I don't know what she did with it. It was over here. Now it's not over here.
All right, give me 5 seconds.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
No worries. I'll have the Star Wars stuff ready to go.
You want your stuff, right?
I did it my way.
It's under the couch and it's probably.
I had a few.
Turn the light this way.
But then again, too few to mention.
Oh, hold on.
I did what I had to do.
Yes. Right there. There you go. Hold on. Where did you have it last, Pippy? Right here? Oh, fuck. I broke it.
Will it be okay still?
Broke it. Besides that, yeah, it'll be fine. Where did you put it, Papa? Right here?
Look there.
I saw you held it right here.
I know.
It's not under there.
It's not under
It's not right here.
And
Nope,
more,
I looked there.
much more than this.
Everywhere she goes.
I Did it my way.
Connor.
He's in bed.
Oh, you're in bed?
Yeah, he's in bed.
I love you.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh. I did it my way. All right. Looks like we might be going rapid fire here. Did I tell you I got a new sound system for my computer? It's made by this company called Bose. Bose. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're pretty dope. Let's see. Bet I can get echoes to come out of the stand box. I did it my way when we were young. Well, hey, when you get a chance, go check out hello, Mr. Chief. If you go check out the shelfhelpshow.com, I've been making changes to the website because why not? I have ideas, and I figured out how to monetize my website without asking you guys to buy a fucking thing for me. I figured out how money works, guys. So apparently this is how it works. And here's how commerce works. You have to have something that people are willing to buy.
Right.
And then you have to pay somebody to tell those people that you have it.
Yes.
And then if they click on the advertisement to see what that thing is, then that company who gave them the lead gets paid by me. And then they go to my website and I get paid if they decide to buy something. And then the company that actually manufactured the thing and holds it for me, they get paid if they buy something too. And then the world goes fucking around. Everything on the interwebs has to do with we're all literally trading pennies with each other. And there's millions and millions, billions of dollars being traded, billions of dollars in pennies being traded constantly. I put $100 into an account with Bidvertise. It's I can basically say, look, here's the ad that I want to give you. I want it to either be interruption based. I want it to pop up in front of their screen, or I want it if they type in it, if they look at a keyword that has to do with my topic, then I want it to be underneath when they shut that page, or I want it to be embedded as a link in somebody's blog. Like, it's crazy, guys. You pay for this shit.
Yeah.
You can have it look like it's part of somebody else's web page. They will do that for you, and it's instantaneous. It looks like it's part of their website. There's like different variations on how you can get your stuff to show up. You want it to be on the phone, or you want it to be on PCs? You want it in Lithuania, or do you want it in just English speaking places? You got to pick it. You can pick anywhere in the world on any type of device that's digital. And do you want it on .com, .edu, .lib, .gov? Where do you want it?
So that's crazy.
Cost more. It's crazy.
So hold on. So one of my games I'm playing, let's say I'm playing one of my games, which I got this ad that pops up just every fucking time I play, same ad pops up.
Yeah.
I click the X button, but if I click too fast on the X button, it takes me to their website.
Right.
Right to their website. Doesn't matter if the X button's there. I click it, it goes website.
Right.
So I wait a second, I click X, it goes away. But if I click too fast, it goes to the website.
Right.
Now, if I pay to be on their website right as it pops up, that gets us that's legit.
Well, so the company that put that in front of your face is hoping that you don't click right. They're hoping you don't. They can't trick you, but this is what clickbait is all about. Okay.
Clickbait. Yeah, absolutely.
100% is about this. So if I have to pay 3 to 5 cents, depending, that it might be depending on what the going rate is right now, per person who clicks my ad and winds up on my site, then I'm paying that to the advertiser who got it in front of them in the first place. So it's to their advantage to get it in front of you in the way that I want, I'm agreeing upon, because they're going to get paid because they're my broker, right? I don't have the technology to get stuff out in front of everybody. I don't know. I don't have deals. I don't get how you even fucking do it. I don't know where the channels, like, someone's got machines and they're like, okay, what do you want? I'm like, anytime I'm gonna sell some sports bras, but I want anybody who's on Craigslist, anybody who goes to Yahoo News, anybody who goes to, like, you can pick the type of the websites exactly. If they go there, then I want you, and they're in this age demographic, and you can be very specific, then I want that ad to pop up in front of them if it's relevant, or if they search for these keywords, and I want that to pop up.
That's crazy.
And they're like, okay, that's
freaking crazy, dude.
So check this out. So the people who own the website, this is the fucking crazy part, they get paid too.
Both of them get paid.
So the broker gets paid. I have to pay the broker. The broker gets paid. The website owner, because that's when you become monetized. So it goes both ways. I'm paying to put my shit on other people's stuff, so they come look at mine, and then I monetize my own site. So if people happen to click on that, that's somebody else's shit. We're just trading pennies.
And so that's what I'm saying. So the guy who pops up too quick, and if I click X too quick, it takes me right to the website. Yeah, they both get paid from that.
Yes, the broker got paid because it was a click, and then the person who put the ad out, if it went to their website, they don't get paid unless you buy something.
Okay.
So the end result has to be, so they have to pay for you being there.
Got it.
So it costs them to have you there. So if somebody pisses you off, you can technically just, if you want to keyword search something in Google and it shows up at the very top, that's like a $20 click. Okay. Every fucking time. Here's how I know. I work for a company who we would pay AdWords to have retirement planning or annuity or whatever the word was, we'd own the word, and it would cost us $25 a click because that was the going rate that day. If we had new hire classes and we're like, guys, check it out, this is how our interruption based marketing works, and here's our presence on the web, and they would go Google the company name, and the fucking dipshits would go click and do not click on the top line ads, and the president, he come running out, what the fuck, this is coming from our IP address. Why did 16 people just click 4 times each on a $25 ad? And he'd have to pay it.
Fucking $1,600 out of your pocket, buddy.
He'd have to pay it. He's like, God. I'm like, hey, you want us to explain how it works? They're going to be curious. Yeah. So like those top line ads, someone's paying the person who's advertising, like say me, I have a good service. I have to pay for these people to let you know. You could also advertise direct. You can do affiliate marketing. There's all sorts of things you can do. Let's get into Star Wars. I'm going to show you the, it's amazing, dude. Like we
got to do this on another show some other day.
It's fucking legit. Like yeah, I'm like, okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
I put some money out.
Dude, I'm so interested in all this shit right now that you're talking about, like Geico, all that shit. I sat there for 25 minutes going,
I didn't realize I was talking for that long.
And then I go, holy shit, I can do the fuck? Just watching this shit still.
Hey, Atomic Dork Squad. We're about to get
Hey, everybody, we're dorky.
Yeah, that's a fact. So this is my website. So it pops up, and it asks you to sign up. Because if you're on my mailing list, guess what? If you come to my site and you don't buy anything, but you put your name in order to see my stuff, guess what? You are now my future client. Because I can send out a newsletter once a month, and I can send out jokes. I can give you something to keep you there, and then eventually I'm going to have something that you might need, and maybe you're only worth $50 a year, but like if there's something that you need and you want it, then you're going to get it from me because you trust my site.
I fuck Jeff Korsma.
I leave that off the table.
Thanks, buddy.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. I've been saying that for weeks now.
That's beautiful. So see, this pops up at the front, Shelf Help Show, right? And this is I talk about the challenges I had overcoming depression, and I used medication, I used different things, I used talk therapy, I used heroin, dirty women. I'm just kidding. Maybe. But so here on the front page, this is actually I didn't do this precise. It's like a therapy that you can do yourself, but it's the same stuff that I talk about, which is words are empowering. You have to define your problems. You have to. It's really about perspective based, and I dig this. It matches the stuff that I did, so I was like, I can get behind supporting this. Now, if somebody wants to use this and go pay the $20, you'll get free stuff too. Then I get a part of that $20. The person who made it gets, that's how it works. It goes
Makes
around.
sense.
So
Yeah.
I thought, why don't I just offer some useful things and then see how it goes?
Mm-hmm.
So look, it's a very small amount of traffic, but we're at like 65, like
65, yeah.
at the beginning of the week.
And
So
you're
people-
141.
People are starting to trickle through, and I'm learning how to build websites and changing the format from time to time. We've got memes, and we've got this is somebody else's site, but you can, if you like meme stuff, go follow their site.
Yeah.
I like yoga women.
Yep. Hey, you coming on our show pretty quick, yeah, too. Me and Mark Jaskies, right?
Yes. That I think it's supposed to be a surprise. No,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to get blogged down, then I'm going to start doing blogs probably twice a week. So little stories take 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Might find something valuable in that. And then check this out, Jeffy.
Let's do it.
This is
It's my radio.
it is. Where is did I bury the rest of them? There's a tag underneath here. I think I buried it. Oh no. I just had to pay somebody a nickel. I clicked on his site.
You just paid a nickel.
But I have our entire catalog on this website.
That's
So
good
you don't
shit, though.
you don't have to go to YouTube and all that shit if you don't want to.
Hey,
can
that's
actually
good
get
for
it.
people who may be going through depression, though, dude. Like,
Oh,
seriously.
legit. Yeah, this is it. This is it. It's destroy depression. Your depression has been in control long enough. It's time to fight back. Yeah, this guy's dope, and I love his perspective and not having to take meds, but if you have something that is manageable, then let's learn how to manage it.
Yeah.
So this is it. So I'm advertising for this outside of I wouldn't our show. If you know me, then you know that this is something that's near and dear to my heart. It's easy to get back into the darkness, right? But so these are resources. I'm advertising this on other people's sites. If they go in to look on something on mental health, depression, certain keywords about like what's the point of living, all those things, then it can pop up and say, hey, maybe this might help you.
Dude, this is amazing.
So yeah. Are you ready for Star Wars? Let's do that.
Let's do some Star Wars, damn
Fuck
it.
yeah.
No, that's good stuff, though. That's good stuff that you're showing.
Oh, I had to get it out of my system.
I've got some people that I know that are going through depression right now, like a major depression. So I mean, that's good stuff.
It's
That can help them.
It's the weirdest thing is we're such a communal animal. Like we are. I mean, we have to have our friends and our family and our community around
Seriously.
us. And it's so easy to feel so alone when you're surrounded by so many people.
Yeah, but as somebody who's never gone through depression, it's kind of crazy dealing with somebody who's going through depression. It's just
Right.
like, what's going on? And I don't know how to answer those questions.
Yeah.
So going somewhere where I can look and see something that can help someone that I love, that can help them. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. If they may not want to go there, but if I can help them and say, hey, look at this, check
Here's
this
a
out.
resource. Have you thought
Here's a
about trying
resource.
this?
Yeah. It's
It's important.
That's good stuff.
When you can't relate to somebody going through something like that, when it's debilitating for them and you don't understand it,
and I don't understand it.
You want to be like Cher on Moonstruck, when she's like, snap out of it.
Exactly. And that's the Marine mentality. It's just like, well, fucking get your head out of your ass. Let's go.
Right.
Let's do this.
Right. But they don't know how to explain to you, like, I don't remember what having a head feels like, nor my ass.
What's that like?
So,
yeah, exactly. What's that like? What you're going through, what's that like?
Right. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird shit. But Shelf Help Show, guys, because remember,
Shelf Help Show. Check it out.
Shelf Help Show. We are all hurtling towards our death at an incredible rate of speed, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. So sometimes we feel vulnerable and we want to figure out what the fuck is the point of all this. So that's why we do that show. It's like bring everyone together. So Atomic Dork Squad is not for that, but
yeah, we're going to talk about some Star Wars. Speaking of death.
Yeah. All right. So here's a topic that I thought of. So it could be more fun to argue it with Daniel, but
I wish Daniel was here. God damn it.
That's okay, because I think you can do this.
Let's try.
You'll give it service. So I was looking up what are arguments that Star Wars fans have, the fanatics have amongst themselves, that they can't come to a consensus on what the right answer is. There's got to be things that are divisive.
I mean, you got the most obvious is did Greedo shoot first?
Is what? Say again?
Did Greedo shoot first? Greedo or Han?
Okay.
In A New Hope, episode 4, who shot first? Greedo or Han?
Okay.
That's one of the biggest.
That's a big one.
Yeah. So in the original, you can't tell. In the later version, in the later version, the director's cut, you see Greedo shoots and then Han shoots. But
I thought Han took him in cold blood, and I thought that's what made him cool.
That's what one of the things is. Did Han kill Greedo in cold blood?
Right. I think he should have, because he was representing this guy. He was representing the guy in there with his sidekick.
And Greedo's just a messenger. So he's shoot the messenger?
He's a smuggler criminal. Yeah. And he's like, all right. Yeah. Oh, just like, what are you going to do?
Because Greedo's under orders from Jabba the Hutt. Bring him in. Bring him in. Greedo's not going to shoot him.
Over my dead body.
Greedo's not, over my dead body. Mm-hmm. And Greedo's like, that's the plan. But Greedo's not going to shoot him because he's under orders from Jabba. That's the only way he's getting paid.
But maybe that was enough of an implied threat, though. He was like,
so Han
over my dead body. Like that was the plan. And he's like, no, boom, you're done.
So Han's a murderer.
And think about, of course he is. No, he's a cowboy, baby.
He's a cowboy.
It's 1977.
Yeah.
Okay? You're coming out of
you're right. It was made in 2020.
Cassavetes movies, right? Think of the 70s, what they were. They were blaxploitation, Cassavetes.
Yep.
It was noir. It was gritty fucking noir. So you have a space opera where the dude is going to act like Taxi Driver at some point.
Looking at me,
right?
Nobody else,
right?
Yeah.
What was it? George Lucas, Coppola,
100%.
Big eyebrows guy. That whole group of guys. They were either doing mob movies or they just doing Star Wars. George was part of that group. Yeah. He was sure was like the Zootrope Productions, Apocalypse Now.
Yep.
So it makes sense. Like, you wouldn't have thought anything about it in this 1977. You would have stomped somebody's teeth in and felt vindicated to put that on film.
Put your teeth at the curb. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just afterwards, they're like, oh, well, we're going to backpedal a little bit because there's a lot of money riding on him not being a murderer.
Yeah.
I was like, no, he's a smuggler. He's a criminal. That's why we like him.
Mm-hmm.
We root for the bad guy.
Right.
I knew Han was a bad guy. I was okay with it.
Yeah.
That's why he redeemed himself and became a general.
He's not a bad guy. He's a what do they call anti-hero.
Anti-hero, yeah.
He's an anti-hero, like Venom. Venom these days. I'm gonna eat your fucking head.
Right.
And it's a bad guy. Somebody who's obviously a bad guy. He eats his head. Is that the legit way to do shit?
Right.
Kill somebody who's a killer?
What about Ryan Reynolds, melted face? What's his name?
Ryan Reynolds, melted face.
His melted face, and then the superhero with the red mask and
Deadpool. Same shit.
What
Same
about
shit.
Deadpool? Right?
Yeah. Deadpool, same shit.
He fucked people up and talked shit the whole time.
He fucked people up. He's immortal, but he fucked people up. People who are bad people.
Right.
So do you cheer that on?
So he was
a bad person. Huh? Mark Jeksky? Oh, hi, Emmer.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you celebrate it?
Yeah, 100%.
So let's look at a couple of these other ones and let's see. If,
all right, so let's talk about it.
Oh, that's crazy. You know what? In this article that I just pulled up, I thought about this. The very first one is Han Solo and Greedo.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I was just.
That's the biggest topic of is it right or wrong what he did? If you look at the second version, Greedo shot first, so he defended himself, shooting back. Right. In the original, Han shot first. I think Han shot first.
Yeah, I agree.
I was like, yeah, I bet you have. He shot him.
Right. So you just all you're doing is changing intent, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You just change intent. The outcome is still the same. Murder's murder, right?
Mm-hmm. Shoot him. Fuck him.
That was number one.
And Greedo was friends with Anakin.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If you look at Phantom Menace, Greedo was the little kid who was there with Anakin going, go win the pod race, Annie.
Right.
That's Greedo.
Pick one. You could pick either of these questions. Let's see, or these topics. Either which movie is the best, or that's a big one. Or why do stormtroopers have such terrible aim?
I couldn't tell you why stormtroopers. Okay, which movie is the best? I have a very strong opinion on this. So, and your girlfriend has the same opinion as me, and I'm wondering if you do too. Now, you not being a Star Wars fan,
I'm a fan, not a fanatic.
You're not a fanatic. What is your favorite movie? The whole universe, over the entire universe. I'm not talking just 4, 5, and 6. I'm talking every movie that was made. What's your favorite
from the Star Wars universe? From
the Star Wars universe, what's your favorite canon movie that was made from the Star Wars universe? Because your woman and me have the same exact feeling, and it's not a popular opinion. That's why I'm wondering what you.
Return of the Jedi.
Okay, why?
Because there's redemption, and there's a convergence between the dark and the dark and the light. It's like it's the hero's journey is complete, at least in that in that arc. So I like dark and sad. I like Empire Strikes Back having the cliffhanger and everything being sucky and shitty, and I get the opera of it. You're gonna do that in a 3-part play, but
100%.
I like the kid becoming the fucking badass and growing up,
and the dad coming back down to reality,
and the dad coming down, and that whole Joseph Campbell story arc of characters. Return did it for me.
I get it. So mine is Rogue One. And the reason I like Rogue One, first off, there's no real.
I didn't know I could have picked Solo. I could have picked Solo.
I said everything, anything.
I didn't
from the Star Wars universe. All right.
Oh, I was just going.
You gonna change your answer?
369.
What's your answer? If I changed it, what's your answer?
Maybe Solo.
Solo is good. I love Solo.
I think I was. Look at me. I look like a fucking scoundrel.
No, it's fucking amazing.
But
Solo's a great movie.
I thought Solo was great, and I told you the reason. I said, if it wasn't for Han taking the money that he had and giving it to the resistance to actually, because they were assed out, fucked, done.
Yeah.
They were wiped out.
Yeah.
The rebellion would never have began.
Yeah.
If he didn't actually fund them to do it.
Do what he did.
He said, here you go. And that's why I say, to me, he's like the Kaiser Soze of this whole thing. Is he's on the peripheral the whole time. And he's like, hey, I'm the reluctant hero. I'm always a reluctant hero. But he's been there since the beginning.
He was there at the beginning, and then he came there later on in the day when he found out about it in a canteen. He's just like, this is my forte. 100%.
This is what I do. So I would say Solo based on opening it up.
And
I
for
thought,
me, it's Rogue One.
okay,
I love Rogue One. I think it's amazing. The struggle, the people who are not Jedi, just people who are going against the fucking tyranny and the fuck. It's like Ukraine right now. Fuck you, Empire. I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
And just
Zelensky.
Yeah.
Hey,
Zelensky.
I'm at home. Come get me.
Yeah. Dude, I would elect this guy president of the United States right now. I'll tell you that. Somebody's going to be like, oh, you're going to invade my country? Well, fuck you. Here's my address. Here's what I got. Come get me. Fuck you. I love this guy. This guy's a fucking motivator. That's somebody who I want leading me where I'm going to be at my house going, well, fuck you too, bro. I ain't leaving. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm with you.
Putin looks angry. And our guy just completely inept, just detached completely, which sucks. But yeah, Zelensky, he's out there like, okay, guys, this is happening. 40 million people. Do you understand? The state of California, 40 million people. That's not nothing.
That's
40
not
million. 40 million.
Yeah.
Ukraine is top producer in ores, in metals, in titanium, in uranium, in in honey production, in food production. You know, they can feed 600 million people in the world with the production they do in Ukraine. 600 million people. It is a very, very resource and culturally rich country. Why do you think he wants it? He wants it back. He wants it back into his fold because it's such a wealthy country. It has its resources, and he wants to be right on the edge of the NATO folk being like, yeah, fuck you. I'm putting the USSR back together. Watch.
100%, dude. Somebody who's out there just going, fuck you. Come at me. What you got? Come at me.
Crazy.
Yeah, I ain't leaving. Hey, Mr. President, let's get you in a bunker. Fuck that. Give me a gun.
I'm fighting.
Tell me when they're here. Come and find me. I love it. Motivating.
It's wild.
Yep.
And Ukrainian women.
Oh, hello.
I tell you what, they're a good looking bunch.
God damn, dude. Until they get like 50, they're good.
They
they get 50, it's like, whoa, what the fuck happened?
All of a sudden they look like a Belarusian truck driver.
Hey, what's up, baby? What's up?
Oh, Привет. You want sausage? Oh, what the fuck just happened?
And how about that girl? How about that lady who walked up to? Did you hear about that story about the lady who walked up to a Russian soldier, gave him sunflower seeds?
I heard something about it. I didn't know what it was though.
Yeah. So she walked up to a Russian soldier and said, "Are you hungry?"
They're the second largest producer of sunflower seeds, oil, and everything in the world. Just so you know.
Ukraine.
Yep.
Go figure. So she goes, "Are you hungry?" And the Russian soldier goes, "What?" And she goes, "Are you hungry?" He goes, "Yeah, I can eat." She goes, "Here's some sunflower seeds." So she gave him some sunflower seeds. He said, "Well, thank you." And she goes, "Yeah, but make sure you put some in your pocket. Don't eat them all. Make sure you put some in your pocket." And he goes, "Why?" And she goes, "Because I want flowers to grow on your dead corpse."
Oh.
Yeah, I want to make flowers grow on your dead corpse. I'm like,
yeah, well, they're a big sunflower producer.
Yeah.
They got to keep that crop going.
Wow. Talk about ballsy to a Russian soldier. Now, Russia's a badass country. Trust me.
Yeah.
They're Spetsnaz, they're troops, they're military.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with it. But Ukraine saying fuck you in their face.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this. Yeah. Bring it.
Woo!
Bring it. Dude, that's a level of balls right there. That is balls.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of Joe Biden, the way he stood up and said, hey, don't worry, Russia. This is not offensive. We're just being defensive. We have to do this. Please don't get mad at us. Oh, wait, no, that's pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
So, yeah, sorry, Putin. We got to, because of NATO, this whole, Article 5, we have to put our people there, but we're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Although if you attack any of the NATO countries, we all will attack you, but we're not going to, I promise.
100%.
Don't be mad. World War III will happen because of that bullshit.
We're there. I'm there. I'll fucking fight. And then we'll get this fucker out of the office.
62% of the American public polled, regardless of political affiliation, said we would not be here if Trump was in there. It wouldn't have happened. He would not be doing what he was doing with Trump, because Trump would be like, no. No. And we're gonna take out the Kremlin right now. I'm gonna put a missile up your ass.
Putin says anybody who defends Ukraine is gonna feel the wrath of God, or whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah.
Hey, come at us, bro. That's what I gotta say. Come at us. You think house to house fighting's crazy over in the Ukraine? Come at us. Not us. You're going to take on United States and Europe,
right?
Because I'll tell you what, you attack Germany, you attack United Kingdom, you attack any of those countries. You don't think their neighboring countries are going to feel that? Even China is going, what the fuck?
Right.
The fuck, bro?
You don't want China, Japan, and Korea coming up your rear like they did in 1904-05 to kick your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Japan took on Russia in 1904.
Mm-hmm.
Japan's this big. Russia's that big. The USSR is that big.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Viet.
Crazy. Don't get me wrong. It's a powerful country, but it's a country. It's a country that fell apart and just became a bunch of, what's the word when you have a bunch of rich assholes ruling everything and make kind of like the US. Yeah. A bunch of oligarchs is what you got. So.
Oligarchs. I love it, dude. I love Russia. I think Russia's an amazing country.
Yeah.
But Putin.
Like, what is this move?
What is this?
I know he didn't like that Ukraine joined NATO. So that made him nervous. So I get it. But he's like he's basically like, you should have made an agreement with Russia, not I'm gonna side with the rest of the world against Russia and turn my back on you.
100%.
So that's what Ukraine did to Russia. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They should have the right to do it, but Russia never even saw them as an independent sovereign nation. They said, no, we want to be in the USSR. You're Russia. Because no, Ukraine.
You're still my bitch.
No, you're not. But that's what China sees Taiwan as. They don't even recognize them as they mean anything.
And Nepal, right?
Yeah, Nepal. Exactly. Same thing with Nepal and what was it? Tibet.
Tibet. Yes. Tibet. Yes.
Yeah. They're the same. They're the same spot.
Yeah.
Same thing. The Dalai Lama got ran out when he was a kid. Because they're like, no, I'm sorry. Here's your little religious shit. You can go and fuck off. We don't recognize anything. But we're a culture. Shut the fuck up. Get back in line and get to work. but my pronouns are fuck and you. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, like
I'm a he, him, and a fuck you.
So I could see it. Like I could see where the tension would happen if Texas became the Republic of Texas said we're not part of the US anymore.
Texas, yes,
it's a republic, right? It's our
very well said.
If they
put it in perspective, I love it.
If they said, we've been our own republic and we're not with you anymore, so just you guys can go fuck off.
It's going. Wait a minute.
Wait, what? What?
No,
I know you.
Good fucking lookout right there.
Right.
Yes.
How about the Commonwealth of Massachusetts? It's a different structure. So he's like, but you're part of the word Commonwealth, though. That means we're independent. We're more independent than a state. You're like, no. We celebrate Abraham Lincoln for going against 22 states that seceded from the Union because he said, no, I am the president of the United and I have to unite you. You can kick and fight and scream. I'm not going to let go. Wow. And he held on to 22 states that wanted to murder him from the day he got on the train from Illinois. They tried to murder him all the way to his office.
Wow.
In the South. They said, you're not our president, we'll kill you. He goes, no. He goes, I was elected. This is my job. My job is to keep the United States together. And he goes, there's no such thing anymore. were the Confederate states. He goes, no, you don't get to be. You don't know what's good for you. And we celebrate Lincoln because he had the balls and the audacity and the courage to say, you can throw a fit, but my job is to be your dad. You can be angry at me, but my job is to hold on to you until you stop freaking out, because I'm not taking anything away from you.
Yeah.
So when you look at it like in historical context, you're like, okay, they're basically saying, this is my kid. And then my kid went and said, no, I'm emancipated. And you go, no, you're not. You're not emancipated. You're my kid. Like, no, I don't like you anymore. Okay, I'm still your dad. Well, now they're my new family over there, NATO. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you turning your back on? Like, what are you doing? They're not your parents. We're your parents. Now I'm going to have to spank your ass to get you back in line.
I've never looked at it that way.
And then we're the parents in the store who are judging when their kid's out of control, or they're over there smacking their kid. And we're like, well, look at you beating your kid in public. We have no idea.
The phone here. I've never looked at it that way.
We have no idea what happened before they got to that point.
I've always looked at it as like a jealous ex-boyfriend on a girlfriend. And they're like, yeah, I still want you and I still love you.
Right.
Even though we're broken up, I still love you, but I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
That would be, there's irrational, and it's easy for us to like side with irrational, be like, that's irrational. Let the Ukraine go, motherfuckers. But the Ukraine was never gone as far as they were concerned. They're like, look, you guys can do your thing, but we're all together. No, we're not. I get it, guys. I know it's been a struggle since the 80s. Y'all are really good, and you're like the smart kid, but you're still part of the family. Like, no, I'm not. Oh, okay, come on.
Let's get you throwing the other side out there.
I was like, because I didn't understand what it was about at first either, and this is just this is my perspective of it, based on why does Putin, who's 72 years old, who was in the Kremlin when Stalin was in the fucking Kremlin, okay, he was a young man but he was there. He was there when his country went from being the USSR. It went from being this military power, communist country, then fell apart, and then kind of semi-democratized, tried to keep up in the Cold War, went bankrupt, and he's been there
all this time,
and he doesn't look it, but he's 72.
Yeah,
he's an old dude. He has memories of what it was like when Mother Russia and the USSR was this thing to be proud of. Communism failed, and the United Soviet Socialist Republic came together as one. Communism failed. Think of what happened. Stalin killed like 60 million people because he thought, well, life is suffering, so we should just kill you because it sucks anyways. Like he's witnessed all this. He went from the glory of United Soviet Socialist Republics, or CCCH. He knew it was a global power in the world to be not to be fucked with, to going bankrupt, because it was on the back of this their financial stability didn't exist because they were communists and the oligarchs owned all the money, so they couldn't keep up with us in the 80s because they didn't have the infrastructure to afford it, and we just made them make more bombs and things that they couldn't afford anyways until they ran out of money. And then they had to give that shit up in 1888. Fine, we're no longer the great superpower. Fuck you guys. We're gonna go keep our head down over here and just try and survive again. Well, what do you do when you're trying to survive? When the glory fell apart from Tsar Nicholas and the Tsar and Tsarina in the early 1900s to Lenin, who was actually a really good guy. Lenin was a good guy. When he brought communism together, the Marxist Lenin idea was utopian. Stalin then took him out. Stalin fucking killed him. Take Lenin out, put him in a tomb. That's fine. You guys can worship him. You guys are stupid. I'm just going to exterminate all you guys because there's too many of you and we can't support you all anyways.
Go figure. I saw Kingsman. The new Kingsman movie?
No. Is there a new one?
Yeah, there's a new Kingsman movie and Lennon's in it.
Oh, nice.
He's a bad guy.
So I mean, if I don't know, think about it. I just think like, I don't know. I know what it's like to be the head of my family, and I know what it's like to suddenly not be the head of my family. It's pretty fucking awful.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
You do everything you can, as dysfunctional and fucked up as it is, to try and be like, oh, you want to identify as okay, it's fine. I'm not arguing anymore. Do you still love me? I love you. Let's just focus on that. You start giving up those, I'm not going to argue every value in every piece of things. Let's go for the things like love and like some security. Is that good? Maybe some hope.
Yeah.
That could be enough.
Yeah. So Star Wars. Man, I can't wait to turn in the next SHS show.
Don't leave me unattended for so long, Jeff Boy.
God damn, bro.
I don't have anybody.
But hey, you got my mind opened up, brother.
It's weird, right?
Yeah. Because I'm like, oh, and then you're like, oh, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. What?
Dude, I'm pretty sure he's going to be like that. Putin's going to be like, hey guys, can we all just get along? Like seriously,
that's true.
He's gonna be like, guys, I'm proving a point, and my point is we're together. You guys do your thing culturally. I don't care, but we're together. You can't be against me like the rest of the world is. You can't be suspicious of me. That's not right.
As soon as you said Republic of Texas, my mind went like a fucking explosion. I caught every fucking thing you were going for with that. I was like, oh, fuck, Republic of Texas. No, they're United States.
Right.
Oh, they're part of our country. But they're part of our country. But the fucking what?
They're always talking about seceding all the time. Always talking about, well,
yeah, Texas, the Lone Star State.
Texas is gonna be its own thing. It's gonna go independent.
Yeah,
everyone's like, let's move to Texas now, overpopulate it and increase the homeless,
bro.
But nonetheless, all right. So I'm gonna
Star Wars. Rogue One.
Rogue One, because they were the scrappy. It was the beginning.
But God damn it, they were the Ukraine. They were Ukraine. They were going, fuck you. Show you.
What were their growing pains about?
It was just the fact that the Empire was fucking just a bunch of, Jyn Erso was the protagonist of the story, and the fact that her father was forced as a scientist to build a weapon of mass destruction, which became the Death Star, which became the planet that destroyed a planet. So her father was the main guy, and the fact that he was forced to build this.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck you guys. You don't make my father build something that destroys lives. And the fact she fought back, and they brought her along to build a team that fought back. People that were dissidents of the Empire were like, fuck the Empire. We're going to show them what the fuck. And in the long run, if you really look at the message that Emperor Palpatine was trying to preach, was peace. If you think about it.
Yeah.
He was preaching peace. He was like, bring me together. I'm bringing all these galaxies and planets together under one rule to have peace. So we're not fighting with each other. We're not always fighting with each other.
Right. So, that the whole Star Wars canon is all about how civilizations thus far and will continue to struggle between having independence and individuality, and then having the overarching paternal authoritarian totalitarian thing. And we're facing that right now.
100% we're facing that right now.
So hardcore right now that they're like, look, everyone together. The ones who want that, the authoritarian rule, are they bad people? Are they evil? Or do they genuinely believe that this is the best thing, so we don't have the whole idea of world peace did not exist until World War II, like post World War II. It came up in France. There was no such thing. World peace was created in order to indoctrinate people into the idea of the things that we had done since time immemorial, which is battle those who don't believe what we believe. That idea never existed. We knew that we are a warrior class of people and that we will fight for our culture. We will fight for our being unique, just like the rebels, just like the Rebel Alliance. Exactly like that. We are unique, we are special, and that's what makes us have purpose in life. And then the big ones go, hey guys, you can have purpose, but it doesn't have to be that. Like, find something else. We don't have to kill each other to have purpose. And like, fuck you. That's what we're going to do.
Yep.
That story is played out. That's the whole Star Wars universe is based on how we've always been.
Damn, it's crazy.
Always. That's why you go to the Joseph Campbell character tropes. You know, all the characters in that movie represent who we are, like the pieces of us that drive us as human beings. That's all it is. It's our courage. You know, it's our desire for community, is a love for our children. It's something unique that we want to pass on. You know, all those things, the hero's journey, and this is repeated time after time through history. That's all it did. That's just a reminder that he put it together in a space opera and said, guys, this is it. And he's Christ and he's God. And he's going to die. Someone's going to die. There's going to be a redemption. There's going to be a savior. And there's going to be, it's the same thing, guys. It's the same story.
Damn.
That's why it's easy to sell. It's because it's so familiar, because it's ingrained in us.
Yes.
To have each of those personality traits are part of us at different times.
Yes, they're all a part of us. Every single one of them. 100%. Yes.
We're neither good nor bad.
We're gray.
Thinking makes it so, and situations will bring out one or the other. But when it comes down to quiet time, what do we want? We want love, acceptance, closeness, and we want to be okay.
100%. Holy shit.
That's what we want. It's a human condition.
That's good stuff, bro.
So
Wappa.
Watch what's going on out there. It's just another Star Wars tale, guys.
It really is.
The best of intent. Best of intent. That's a good answer.
We got deep in that question, bro.
Yeah. It's true.
Where's Daniel?
I was tracking that shit when I was a kid. I was like,
holy shit.
I get it. Read the Bible. Same stories. Same stories.
I've always said that.
100%. Yeah, you got the Messiah. You got the chosen one. You got the virgin birth.
You are the chosen one.
The virgin birth. It's Cain and Abel and Adam.
Yes.
Adam and Eve, and then Cain and Abel. Right? Cain slew Abel. Right? That was horrible. So then
two
what
brothers,
happens?
Obi-Wan and Anakin.
So Cain gets sent away. He's out. He's bad. Right? And then you have the prodigal son returns.
Yes.
Right? And then what does he do? He actually he redeems himself, and he redeems the father.
Yes.
By his good acts. This is all happened.
Happening again.
Because it's how we're wired. Somebody figured that shit out and wrote it down. Hey guys, you notice that that there was a Garden of Eden over there too? You notice that everyone, no matter where you are, they've all got the same tail. You know, there's a flood. There's a flood in every culture. There's the great deluge, the cleansing of the earth in order to start over again. It happened with the Mayans and the Aztecs. Quetzalcoatl was the white, pale-skinned, pale-skinned, godlike person who came to save and redeem the dark mestizos in the jungle and help them. The stories are no matter where you are culturally, they've happened. Go talk to a Zoroaster, which is the first monotheistic religion. People still practice it, and find out. So what are your tales? Well, the original people came from the mud. They were mud people. Okay. And then they'll tell you the first person came from the mud because it was God drew them from the earth. And then the same stories. They're everywhere.
That's nuts.
The religions actually don't. They actually, the world's religions actually draw us together and not pull us apart. because we all have those same common
It's the
themes.
same shit.
Why would we have the same struggles throughout history and forever and ever?
Yep.
'Cause
No, you're right.
It's because we're hurtling towards our death at an incredible rate of speed, and we have to find some purpose between here and there.
All right, SHS show.
Shelf help show. What's the deal with midi-chlorians? What's the deal?
Is that Jerry Seinfeld saying that?
What's the deal?
What's the deal with midi-chlorians? I mean, are we part of this or are we not part of this?
Hey, do you like jazz? So the prequels contain a number of things that anger many fans, from weirdly racist caricatures to the characterization of Anakin, supposedly a great man, as a moody little asshat. But of all the elements that raise fans' hackles, few make them bristle, like the mention of midi-chlorians.
Yep.
So what's the issue there?
So midi-chlorians. Okay, so the Force. Let's talk about the Force as a whole.
Okay.
Is that faith? Is that God? Is that like faith in God type of thing? People these days are more aligned to not want to believe in that mystic being known as God.
Mm-hmm.
So more realistically, they're cells, living creatures that have some kind of magic power that, are in tune with each other that create magic. People want a more concrete answer than have faith, believe in God, believe in the Force, believe in God. They want, the Force comes from these little creatures that live inside each one of us, these cells that feed off each other, and so they want a scientific answer. That's what midi-chlorians are. Midi-chlorians are the scientific answer to God, and that's what I think.
The midi-chlorians they're like an infection.
It's a symbiote.
I think of midi-chlorians.
Not even an infection; they're a symbiote. They live off of you, and you live off of them.
Right. Well, I think of midi-chlorians were introduced to represent the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
So you got the Father, the Son, and then you got the Holy Spirit, right? So the Holy Spirit is the essence of God that it surrounds you at all times and that nudges you through your life, right?
Okay, so a concrete answer to God. Yeah.
You can't God you'll never see until you see him in the glory of heaven, right? Then you have Christ is his physical representation on earth.
Then you get your physical.
Then
implements.
if you don't have that, you have the Holy Spirit, which is that which moves you to make good choices or not make bad choices, or to be aware of the difference between light and dark.
100%.
I saw them. I thought they introduced midi-chlorians as those who were strong with it were strong with the Holy Spirit. So those who were strong with the Holy Spirit, they were now listening to God. And if you were now listening to God, then you understood what God's message was, and then you also pay attention to the Messiah. So the Messiah would be chock full of fucking Holy Spirit because he came straight from God. So your Messiah is going to have the highest level of midi-chlorians by far because it's directly from God. The energy is coming from God. That's your physical representation on earth. So I just saw it as an obvious attachment. This guy's off the charts. How do we know? Because, well, he just came from God. God put him here on purpose. This person has purpose. Watch him, listen to him, learn from him. He will save you.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't know what people wanted the Force to be. Did they want it to be like not inspired by anything? Like
it's like a realistic view of what the Force comes from. Right. Not just a theistic, not just I have faith in the Force. I believe in the Force. So the Force, is part of me because I'm I'm a mage. I'm a magician.
Right.
It's more of a, I have this inside of me, so I'm part of this.
Yeah. So you're part of it. So they say everybody, the Force is everywhere. It's within everybody. So everybody has the ability, and as the more you practice, the more you build up the ability to be stronger and to be calmer and to be wiser. And that's what faith does for you. Faith gives you peace of mind that this whole adventure is not for nothing.
Right.
We are upright and we make the choices we make because there's something greater than us. If there's not something greater than us to look to, then Well,
What's the point?
you have Stalin, and you exterminate 60 million people.
Yep.
It was a godless country. He became God. He became the power. So at his will, he dispatched those that were going to suffer anyways. 100%. Talk about megalomaniacal psycho.
Woo.
That's why authoritarian regimes, the first thing they have to do is separate you from religion, because you can't have faith. You believe in the country. You believe Kim Jong-un is God.
Exactly.
He is God, and you can't.
Yep.
There's nothing.
Everything he says is divine. Yep.
You will die on his command, and you will live on his command, and you will bless.
And you'll be happy either way.
Yep.
100%. Woo! Woo! We're getting deep tonight on Dark Squad.
Deep. He
was a Sarlacc's asshole.
I think I got time for one more.
All right, let's do it, dude.
I got shit to do before bedtime, and
me too.
It was a while ago, so let's see.
Let's do it.
Let's see this one. We'll save that one.
Oh shit! I lose.
Who is that?
Who was that? Who did that? Who did that?
3 Sheets. Drinking.
Zane Lamprey.
Zane Lamprey. My guy.
Yes.
Jeez.
Plesius. Wait, what's his monkey's name?
Plepius.
Plepius.
Plepius. Pleeplius.
Yes, I love Zane.
Zane's the best. I'd be like, damn, Zane can outdrink me. That was
Zane
crazy.
can outdrink anybody.
Fucker. That is wild.
As soon as you said 3 Sheets, I was like, that motherfucker's the best.
Yeah, I love him.
Me too.
J.J. Abrams, Savior or Death Knell?
Oh, I love J.J. Abrams. I mean, I'm sticking with it. I love his shit. Whatever. I know he did Lost. I know he did fucking God. He needs to learn how to do an ending to some shit.
Tell me what's the big debate with him either being a piece of shit for the franchise or not?
Ugh. Well, the whole Lost. Okay, let's go with the whole Lost series.
Lost, they didn't expect to get there.
Greatest show of all time.
They only wrote through 2 episodes ahead. They didn't know where it was going to go.
Man. I watched that show religiously. Every fucking Monday. We were home for Lost. And at the end, we're like, the fuck just happened here?
Oh, yeah. You guys are all... Everybody goes towards the same Joseph Campbell shit.
Yes.
Locke was a certain character.
Yes.
Everybody, that's all of humanity is based on those. The hero's 100%. Journey, purgatory, hell, God.
I'm part of it. I'm part of that whole shit. It's just like, what the fuck? So
it's like
I hear he's doing Star Wars. Yeah, I'm here. He's doing Star Wars. I'm like, I'm in, because I think I take the first whole 9 seasons or whatever the fuck it was of Lost. I'm like, okay, I'll give 9 seasons versus one fucking show, one fucking episode that was an ending. I'll take that. And God damn, I mean,
what did he do with Star Wars that they didn't like? Let's see. So this one is more of an argument that I expect to begin in earnest this December, whenever this is. Star Wars fans will continue to have well into the future. J.J. Abrams is a hugely divisive filmmaker. Some viewers love his brand of pop sensibility, while others like to call him a hack who uses too much lens flare and ruins Star Trek.
This is Star Trek?
Yeah, he did Star Trek.
Oh, he did do Star Trek.
I thought they were great.
I was just about to say that, and I'm not a Star Trek fan.
Right? Yeah, they made me.
But that actually made me watch Star Trek.
Yep. His heavy involvement in revamping the Star Wars universe has already drawn criticism from many, and we haven't even seen The Force Awakens yet. Abrams is obviously a huge Star Wars fan and is doing everything he can not to screw this up for everyone. And from the admittedly small pieces we've seen thus far, his efforts look solid, but even if he knocks it out of the park with The Force Awakens, there are always going to be those who hate on him for a variety of reasons. So he's like Nickelback.
So he did The Force Awakens. He didn't do the second one, episode 8. Did he do episode 9?
I thought was he booted? So this was written before J.J. Abrams Star Wars credits.
He didn't do episode 9, if I'm not mistaken.
He's best known Forever Young. He did Forever Young regarding Henry. Oh shit. Abrams wrote and produced such films as Regarding Henry. That was Harrison Ford. Forever Young, Mel Gibson.
Yep.
Armageddon, everyone. Cloverfield.
I loved Cloverfield. I loved Cloverfield.
He did The Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, so he did the last one. He did do the last one. Okay. I was not a fan of the last one. Force Awakens, I'm against the critics on that one. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the rage of Kylo Ren. I enjoyed meeting Rey. I enjoyed meeting Finn. I enjoyed, and I know where everybody's going because of the fact that it's exactly the same as A New Hope.
Yeah, exactly.
They said it mirrors A New Hope to the T.
Yeah. I thought it was restarting the franchise for a new generation, but here's the thing. What do we just talk about? All these stories throughout history repeat themselves. The hero's journey, the fucking all. So all he's doing is keeping the canon going.
Yep.
Generation after generation, there's a struggle. There's a fall, there's redemption.
A New Hope, or not New Hope. What the fuck
Force
was
Awakens?
Force Awakens. I really did. I enjoyed the fact that I enjoyed where the story went. I even liked the fact that Han was killed. Spoiler alert.
If you haven't figured it out yet.
Han was killed. I enjoyed the fact that you had a guy dealing with his demons there. Same shit as A New Hope.
Yep.
Fucking and protagonist, antagonist killed protagonist.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a clever film. I liked it. Rise of Skywalker, I fucking disliked. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Really?
Snoke. You build this character up through 2 episodes, and he is nothing. Like you just fucking drop him like a bad habit. It's like, oh, smoking's good. Yeah, fucking smoking. Fuck Scott. We don't do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that fact. I hate the fact that you bring back the Emperor in such a pussy aspect.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that Kylo Ren went against everything he did in like a heartbeat. It was just like, kill this guy. I'm going to kill my dad. I'm going to kill this Luke Skywalker. I'm going to kill everybody. Oh, I'm good. Now I'm a good guy. No, you're not a fucking good guy, bro. You're a dick. And stop thinking you are.
But he was redempted. He was redeemed.
Yeah, with what? 3 seconds on the screen because of fucking Rey? No. I did not like the way that one was written. I didn't like the way it played out. I did not like the storyline.
Yeah, they didn't spend the appropriate amount of time to resolve those stories.
Right.
They had to resolve because Darth Vader turns good at the end. He, it has to happen. So your evil guy has to. It has to. But there should have been a little more to it. It's more
there was something more that needed to be done.
But he and Rey were connected.
They were connected
the whole time. Yep. The whole fucking time. They were battling the fact that they were connected mentally the whole time.
Luke and Darth were connected to the Force.
Right. Exactly.
But they were connected a different way. And I like the way they're connected. Right. Rey and Kylo Ren were fucking a shitty connection.
Well, they just don't they needed to fuck.
They're fucking cousins.
Well, I know, but still, they had that, that get out of my head, like
get that shit out of my head.
They had the conflict.
I did not like the last one. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I didn't like the way that Leia fucking survived space. I didn't like any of that shit. And God rest Carrie Fisher's soul. I hated that shit.
Yeah, they could have put if they put the right emphasis and the right resolving the storyline for some characters
Yes.
instead of just going like, and by the way, yeah, blah 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 blah, and we move on.
Exactly. Carrot is alive. Kylo Ren's gonna turn good, and fucking everything's gonna be resolved. Now, fuck that shit.
They ended it like a seventh grader ends every fucking creative writing story they have. At the end, they woke up and everything was fine.
Everything was groovy, baby. Yep. Nope. You're right. 100%.
Yeah, it was a lazy way out.
Yep.
Wow, that was good.
Good shit tonight, brother.
Yeah. I peed in this, and I think my kidneys are failing.
I'll give you $1 to drink it.
It's tea, I think. It's foamy.
Delicious. Oh, that was pissy. Salty tea.
Tic Tac, sir.
Oh,
Pull over. No, it's a cardigan. Thanks for asking.
Damn it. That was a good show. You got my mind on some shit though, dude. I'm thinking about Ukraine and Russia right now, man. That's going through my head.
All I got to do is relate history or current
Star
events
Wars?
to Star Wars for you, and then you'll
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
plug it in.
oh,
There's a reason why that franchise is so fucking successful. The most successful franchise
Amazing.
ever is because George Lucas was a smart enough guy to take the things that we are so comfortable with, and there's no way you can't buy in. You're going to watch it because it's the conflict of human nature is told in that story over and over again, and we are all those people. That's why we don't hate anybody. We don't hate anybody to the point where we write them off. We can relate to every single fucking character because that is what we go through in our daily lives.
God damn. You're right.
And we stole it from Akira Kurosawa.
Oh, Seven Samurai.
Yeah. It's a
Love that movie. I was watching it the other day.
It's a tale as old as time, right?
I'm right.
Oh, well. That'll put your fucking thought hat on, your thinking cap.
Yep.
So, hey, on behalf of Jedi Koi here, Master Jedi Koi, I'm Jeffrey the G. You know me.
Yeah,
This has been an interesting version of Atomic Dork Squad with a little bit of shelf help and some news, traffic, and weather all together. So
yeah.
I don't know how we end Atomic Dork Squad. Oh, I know how.
Yeah.
We say don't remember love one another and love yourself. That's
and
right.
may the force be with you.
Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, brother. That was a good one. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Love you, Jeff. Have a good night, brother.